Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, and I've got bad news. Star offensive guard Zack Martin has been declared out for the Cowboys game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as Martin has tested positive for COVID-19. In addition, backup offensive guard Brandon Knight is a close contact, so he will also go on the COVID list for the Cowboys, as Dallas will be without arguably the best offensive guard, if not much of an argument there. No disrespect meant to Quentin Nelson, but they will be without Martin for at least the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, potentially longer, but timing-wise, I think he'd be okay to return in time for Week 2. As you guys can tell, coming at you from my house because it is technically my off day, but this news is too important to not discuss, and it's brutal news for the Dallas Cowboys. Zack Martin is a future NFL Hall of Famer, but now he has tested positive for COVID. The latest Dallas Cowboy to do so. They've been battling this issue early on in, I guess, the season now and throughout much of the preseason as well. Zack Martin is out. He will not be able to go. Mike McCarthy revealed that today at his press conference. It is a brutal development for the Cowboys. This now has 3 players still on that reserve COVID-19 list. Zack Martin, wide receiver Noah Brown. We'll see if he'll be able to return in time for Week 1. That remains up in the air. And now backup offensive tackle / offensive guard Brandon Knight. Knight, I will make note, is a close contact. So you interpret that how you will in terms of his vaccination status. But of course, the major news, the big impact here is Zack Martin. He is out. He will not be able to go. He will miss this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A major negative impact on the Dallas Cowboys. Martin has been a premier guard in the NFL. I don't think it's possible to understate how noteworthy this impact is going to be for the Cowboys offensive line. They will certainly miss Zack Martin, although Conor Mcgovern will be the man in line to start. We'll also discuss some of the rest of the offensive line. Lael Collins, some good news on that front, but we're focused in right now on the Zack Martin news. So give me your one-word reaction. I know I don't have the graphics available for you guys, but still, what is your one-word reaction to Zack Martin being declared out for this game due to COVID-19? This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, let me know your one-word reaction. Now, with Martin out, as I mentioned, Conor Mcgovern is the next man up along the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. He is going to start at right guard. Good news, I'll mention this right now on the offensive line as well. We'll go more in depth. Lael Collins is practicing today, so barring a setback, which hopefully we don't get, it will be along the offensive line. Tyron Smith at left tackle. Connor Williams has been activated from the reserve COVID list himself. He's back at left guard. Tyler Biadasz in there at center. Connor Mcgovern at right guard for the ill Zack Martin. And then Lael Collins at right tackle. In terms of the depth on the offensive line, the interior O-line depth is not particularly great. With Brandon Knight on the close contact list, it's a minimum of 5 days. I don't know about Knight being able to go. At this point, I assume Knight will not be back in time. Even if he does or does not, we'll see. The depth on the O-line is rather thin. Knight is a guard tackle right now for this team. He would be the first guy up. Matt Farniok, the backup center, did make the roster. He's available as well. And then you've got your tackles, Terrence Steele, Ty Nsekhe as well, with Josh Ball on the IR for at least the beginning of the 2021 NFL season. It does leave 3 Dallas Cowboys on the COVID list currently. Again, I mentioned Noah Brown, Brandon Knight, Zack Martin. With 2 players going on the COVID list, here's how the Cowboys have juggled that from a roster management perspective. Remember, folks, the reserve COVID list is a reserve list. It does not count against the active 53-man roster. So, Connor Williams, he's back. That's one spot. In addition, Brian Anger, the punter, has officially been re-signed. That was no surprise. That was more a matter of time. That is nice. The one positive bright side is that it allows you to really manipulate that roster and have more than 53 guys to an extent. Still not good for the Cowboys. They will miss Zack Martin against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is a very, very, I'm gonna get rid of very there. It's a great defense. They've got Jason Pierre-Paul. They've got Shaq Barrett. They've got Vita Vea. They've got Ndamukong Suh. This is a very talented Buccaneers defense. I had already predicted the Cowboys were going to lose this game in my preview that I guess thankfully went out yesterday before the Zack Martin news, but it's going to be a big-time loss for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, we'll still have it live. We will have our live watch party for Cowboys against the Buccaneers. If you want to join us for that, hit the big red button and subscribe. We are getting closer to 100,000 subscribers, and that's why we do videos from home for you guys. That way, we can keep you covered with what's going on around America's team. Hit that big red button and subscribe today. I do want to briefly mention the good news here as well around Lael Collins. He is set to return to practice today. A big boost for Dallas. God, if they were without Zack Martin and Lael Collins, ooh, that would have been bad. That would have been a very, very bad development. Thankfully, that is not the case for the Dallas Cowboys. Lael Collins set to return to practice, and I interpret that to mean he's all good to go. Now, I will still be monitoring this throughout the week, and I hope there are no setbacks for Lael Collins. Again, if Collins can't go, I think it's Ty Nsekhe, then Terrence Steele in that order as it relates to the offensive tackle room. Also, a more minor injury update. Donovan Wilson is back at practice as well. This one less concerning relative to the stinger issue that Collins has been battling with. Wilson has a groin problem, minor. He's good to go. He's back. But of course, it all kind of pales in comparison. We wouldn't have done a video just on Lael Collins returning. It all pales in comparison to the significant problems the Cowboys continue to face on the COVID side of things. I think, and I'm pretty sure this is a breakthrough case for Zack Martin. This is I believe, a vaccinated player. And I know he's frustrated. That's what Mike McCarthy said at the press conference today. But it is a problem for the Cowboys, and this is going to be a problem this year throughout the NFL. This is not going to be a situation where the Cowboys in the NFL don't deal with this again. It's going to be a problem almost week in and week out. Unfortunately for Dallas, they're the ones getting the I almost call it bad luck on this side here, as they are now without Zack Martin and without one of their top backup offensive linemen. Brandon Knight is a close contact. Again, interpret that how you will as it relates to where he's at in the vaccination stage, but that's where he's at right now. Knight, I will see if he's able to go, but the Cowboys will be without Zack Martin in this one. So with that in mind, predict the score for me of this Cowboys-Bucks game. Maybe you're a little bit more concerned about it without Zack Martin. Get your votes in for me in the comments section. And then just to recap, making sure that I've got everything hit that I want to hit, since it's a different show style. I don't have my graphics in front of me. Zack Martin out this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has tested positive for COVID-19. He will not be able to play. We will see about his availability in time for week 2. A little bit longer time frame. I hope he's back by then. We'll just have to see. And of course, I hope that there are no significant side effects for Zack Martin. Remember, these are 300-pound human beings, and there is always the possibility, as rare as it might end up being, that there are some negative side effects for Zack Martin. You can look up what happened to Bills offensive tackle Dion Dawkins. He went through a pretty bad stretch, was hospitalized. I hope that does not end up happening to Zack Martin. I hope that it just ends up being a very minor thing, and he ends up being just fine, and he's back, and there are no adverse effects like, say, what Cam Newton clearly wasn't the same guy when he came back from his stuff. Brandon Knight, at this point, just a close contact. As I sit here filming this, no news of a positive test or not, but he is a close contact. Conor Williams is back from the COVID-19 list, a good sign on that front. He should be good to go starting at left guard. Connor McGovern at right guard. In terms of having a backup starter, there's a lot worse teams when it comes to offensive guard depth in the NFL, but make no mistake, there's no one in the NFL who plays as well as Zack Martin does. Lael Collins and Donovan Wilson on the positive side here are both back at practice for the Dallas Cowboys, so Barring setbacks there, they should be good to go, and they'll need those two, especially Lael with Zack Martin out for week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.